Hello, everyone. Welcome to Derek's Football Corner. The famous saying goes, the final whistle is only the beginning. I'm here to talk about the France versus Senegal game. Well, France did actually beat Senegal, but were Les Bleus really that good? So I think that's the question we would like to answer today. Because yes, France did win the game, but in all honesty, I believe Senegal were the better team in the first half. I don't know if it was the weather or if it was the climate or the heat, because I know the sun was actually really quite out in full swing. France were really slow in the first half. Their passes were not connecting. The front four of Mbappe, Desire Doué, Michael Olise, they all seemed disconnected. There were no connection at all, even between the midfield and the attacking half. They were just misplacing passes. They were not breaking the lines. Everything just seemed disjointed in the first half. While Senegal were very much the better side, they were very much the better team, but they were not clinical. Like Ismail Assar had the best chance of the first half, but just couldn't convert. Then in the second half, the game, well, I wouldn't really say the game just changed, but I think France decided to up the tempo. Olise was getting more into the pockets and releasing sprints on passes around. Mbappe was now stretching the defense, running around, trying to see how he could move the pieces around. And all in all, France looked better in the second half. Then, of course, the first goal. Even before the first goal, Mbappe had a penalty claim. There was minimal contact, although Sadio Mane actually did not get the ball, but there was minimal contact. And according to the referee, after the VAR check, the referee did say that the attacker initiated the contact. So that's why the referee decided against giving the penalty. But not long after that, Olise traded a defense splitting pass, which Mbappe connected with and scored the first goal, which was a very good goal. Then the second goal by the substitute Bradley Bacola, from a pass from Adrien Rabiot, who Bacola ran from out to in, which confused the defenders. And Rabiot slotted in the pass and he was able to chip the goalkeeper. And even before the second goal, really, I think Mendy had actually kept Senegal in the game. He had made about 2 or 3 quite good saves. Then Senegal pulled a goal back by Mbaye, making it 2-1 in added time. But of course, Mbappe had the final say with a screamer. That, in fact, I must say, that was a screamer, from outside the box, way like almost close to between 35 and 30 yards away from goal, and it's launched a rocket that went. So right now, Mbappe has them 2 goals. So obviously, definitely, Mbappe will be the man of the match. But looking at the game in general, really, I'm just still thinking. I must say, France were clinical as champions and experienced. They're very, very clinical. But on patches, they were just on the edge, kind of. So it wasn't like, I won't say it was a scintillating performance, no. But they were clinical. At times, that's what champions do. And also, if you want to win tournaments, you need to be clinical. So I would give France that. They were very, very clinical. But if you talk of being easy on the eye or breaking the brain, no, they really didn't do that today. But like Senegal were very much the better team in the first half. But second half, I presume they just ran out of steam and they allowed France quality to overrun them and also overwhelm them. But obviously, France won the game 3-1. On the balance of play in the second half, I would say France were very much the better side. And of course, Mbappe still proved why he's one of the best footballers in the world, because his 2 goals were very well taken and he actually did good. As for Senegal, they will need to up the tempo of their game. They will need to be more clinical because they actually do have the players. Sadio Mane didn't really have a good game. He kept giving the ball away, expecting the referee to blow for fouls, which we've all observed from the very beginning of this tournament that the referees are letting the game flow. So if you expect a tiny niggly foul, the referee is not going to blow the whistle. So you have to just get up and get on with it. So I expected very much more from Senegal, and I must say they were quite disappointing in the second half. Either they just ran out of steam or ran out of ideas, or they were not clinical enough, because Ismail Assar had some very, very good chances that he couldn't convert. Nico Jackson was lively. He was busy, so I will give him credit. And I think that's why the coach actually left him on, because Nicolas Jackson was the only one that was actually stretching the France defense. He actually gave Upamecano and Saliba something to worry about. But Senegal just lacked that clinical edge. And in tournaments like this, in games like this, you have to be clinical, because chances are going to be very few and far between. And one clear thing from I was observing this World Cup too is that chances are very difficult to come by. So whenever you're in a position or you manage to create a good chance, try and take your chances because they might not come again. Because I mean, let me give an example now. If Sa had converted the chance in the first half, it would have been a different ball game entirely. Then France would have really had to come out and Senegal to actually play transition football and hit them on the break. So all in all, Senegal needs to up their game because I mean, if going by the second game between Norway and Iraq, if Norway actually wins, then Senegal might actually struggle because I see Norway as being also a strong side with Erling Haaland and all the supporting cast of Martin Odegaard. They do have good play, but it depends on how that game goes. But right now, Senegal are on the back foot, and that's not a very good place to be. Like I always say, if you can't win your first game, don't lose it. So Senegal lost it, and now they have a -2 goal difference. So let's see how there's still time. They're not going to lose the tournament by your first game, but they need to pick themselves up, and they will really need to do better in the second game. So tell me what you think. Basically, France actually did win the game, but were France really that good? On balance of play, I would say, well, 50-50, but they were clinical. That's what I'll give it to France. They were very, very clinical. So that's my observation from the France versus Senegal game. In other news in football, like AC Milan just announced Ruben Amorim, so that's confirmed now. That's a given. Then also, I just came across the breaking news. Tottenham just signed the defender Paul Van Hacker. I can see De Zerbi is really building something, and I also believe the Tottenham board, they decided to back the manager right now because, I mean, for the past 2 seasons, they finished 17th, and I believe they've now realized, reality has dawned on them that, look, this cannot continue. They need to beef the squad. They need to be better because they just kind of, I mean, if they actually want to finish 17th again for a third season in a row, that means they'll be staring relegation in the face. So I believe the Tottenham board, they are backing the manager. So well played Tottenham Sports because they've actually gotten some, signed some very good players. You know, Senesi coming in. That's a very, very good signing that will beef up the defense. And the Robertson also is a very good signing. And now they're adding Paul Van Hecker, which is a fabulous signing, especially given the way Roberto De Zerbi wants to play and how he likes to approach a game. So those are very, very good signings. And also, they are also in advanced negotiations with Newcastle for Sandro Tonali. I mean, that'll be a very loud statement from Tottenham if they're actually able to pull the Tonali deal. But fingers crossed, let's see how that goes. And also remember, Derek's Football Corner, we're here to analyze most all the World Cup games and also present football breaking news and football stories. And now we'll be here with you every step of the way. Feel free to like, share, and comment, and also let me know if you have any ideas or anything or your thoughts really. And as the famous saying goes, the final whistle is only the beginning.